Hello there, welcome to another video, SwiftCat. So in this video, we're gonna take a look about delegates, notifications, and observations. So what are they? Actually, it's nothing but it's a communication or transmission between our controllers. In order to do that, we use certain patterns through iOS applications, which includes delegations, notification through notification center, and key value observing or observation. So I have a quick example with the demo for us you to understand very easily. So it's a easy how we can implement is in very easy way. So I have this codes before going to this Xcode. I have the article which is having the differences, which explains about advantages, disadvantages of these three patterns. So we will have a quick look into this and we'll come back to the code. Alright, so what are these patterns? And so these patterns are chosen mostly for one object to transmit events or data to other controllers. So first of all, in Delegates, the basic idea of delegation is the control defines a protocol that describes what a delegate object must do or in order to allow to respond to controller's event. So what are the advantages of this? So all events to be heard are clearly defined in Delegate protocol. Errors are not repelled as it should be by the delegate. Protocol defined within the scope of the controllers only and is very traceable, and known as one more advantage is no third party or object is required to maintain the communication process. What are the disadvantages of delegation method? So it's having many lines of code as compared to the notification and observation. So it's having the protocol definitions, the protocol delegate in the controller, and the implementation to delegate method defines within the delegate itself, and it needs to be very carefully set delegates. If you went wrong with in self, or if you didn't initiate certain delegates, these data won't be able to get back. Also, it can cause memory crashes by calling methods on deallocated objects. Although possible, it's difficult to, and the patterns does not really lend by itself, which means telling multiple objects about the same event. And notifications. So it's nothing but it's a very easy process. It's a single line process. There's a concept of notification sender in iOS application. The main feature of this pattern is sender and recipient, which means we can set a certain notification at any page in our applications. So it's having an observer to observe, or also we can send a data or a parameter through a string or an int or any other object or value. So this can be easily handled and it's very easy process. So it stores notifications for future subscribers also. What are the advantages? Easy to implement. As I said, it's not having many codes. It's a single line code, and then can easily have multiple objects reacting to the same notification being posted. Then controllers can pass in a context dictionary object. You can pass a dictionary or also a user info related. You will be more clear when I show the demonstration or the sample project. Alright, then have the disadvantages of this. So it's no compile time to check to ensure that notifications are correctly handled by the observers. And one more another thing is most of the client may tell that if you're using notification, or they will step back because there is a battery leakage or it uses more memory while observing. That's what's said. And another thing is the required to unregister with notification center if it's previously registered or deallocated. If you continue to register it with the same key value, there may be a chance that it can be having more memory leak or even go to crash. And another cons, the third party required to manage the link between the controllers and the observer objects. I'm not much clear about that, but it adds an advantage. Another thing is notification names user info dictionaries need to be a key valued, both the controllers and the observers. If it's not defined in the common place, it can be very easily become out of sync. Then having the observation, there's the last pattern, which is having key value observation. Is a traditional observe pattern built in any object of the box. With key value, observers can be notified by any changes in property values. It's at the rate, there is a leverage C runtime for automated notification dispatch, and also you can make a var or to observe that a modified dynamic, which means they have a certain keys and that key value may be changing future. So whenever they change in future or the current, it can be updated and it can be shown at every controller. That's what it means. And then what are the advantages of that? Can provide an easy way to sync information between objects. For example, a model and a view. That's right, and that's a good thing. Actually, I have an example. We'll show that. Allows to respond to changes inside object, and we need not create or don't have access to altered implementation. Can provide us the new value and this previous value that we are observing. That's a very good advantages as compared to delegates and modification. They don't have the previous value, but in key value observing we can get the previous value, also the current value, and we can also fetch the future value as well. Then can use the key paths to observe properties, thus nested objects can be observed. And so that's all advantages. And disadvantages when it comes to that, the properties we wish to observe must be defined using strings. There's no compile time warnings or checking occurs, and that's a disadvantage. And refactoring your properties can leave our observation codes no longer working. Complex if statements required is observing multiple. Sometimes I have also seen that if statement, if you try to observe that, it may not work mostly. Need to remove the observer when it's deallocated, as same as the notification sender, all these things. So let's head over to the sample code which I have created already. So this is the example, and I'll be providing this code for your reference, so you can find this source code in the video description. Alright, first of all, I will give an overview what I have this in this project, what do I have here. Okay, let's move to main.storyboard. So I will give you a clear picture what it have at the moment. Alright, so I have here a tab controller which is having a view controller which I named it as a view home, and I have a detail page as well. And the second tab, I do have another screen which is for the player. So that will be a tab with the two indexes. So one with having the main view controller and a detail page, and the second one with the main page, and that's named as player. Alright, so what I have in the view controller, that's actually the home page. Which I have here is I have a delegate label, and I do have a button as well. I will go through here. This is the KVO tab button, and I have a send delegate button, and this is a text which I getting the data of through delegate method. Then I do have a send data method in the second detail page, and that's having a notification test in the second index of tab as well. So first of all, I'm going to the view controller. What do I have here is a KVO method I'm implemented here with the help of, actually it's nothing but the key value observing. I have made a class with the object and the class, and the name is person, and the initial name will be Azim, and I have initiated over here. Then I'm going back to view controller. I'm getting the first in the view load, so that it will observe the name. Okay, the previous value is Azim. What it will be the future value or the next value? So it will start observing from here onwards. And then I do have a key value tapped button, which means it will observe the new value. For if the name is changed, it will observe the new value. That's what it means. Then I have a detail page which is having the delegate protocol. So let's take this over from here to helper.zip file. So this is for the delegations, and this is for the key value. And first I do have for the this is for delegates, and this is for notification center. Alright, and then I have here from the detail page. What do I have here is I have a var with the delegate of send data delegate protocol, which I have written over here in this page. And then I do have a button which is sending back to the main page. So first of all, I'm checking here if the delegate is nil or not. If it is not nil, I'm giving a sample data delegate test success, and self.delegate send data to view controller, data to be sent, which means I'm getting in the first controller. This is the first controller which I do have with I have initiated the class with the send data protocol method, and from here this function will be initiated, which means which we set the protocol here like send data to view controller. So that will be called over here when we press back the button. So from here what happens here is I'm just setting the delegate label to my data, which is the data which I received, and from here other two actions are going to take place. First of all, I'm doing is here is a set new name for key value observing. The first name I have given that as Azim, and the second person dot name is a new value I have set here. So whenever this new value is set, this will be started observing, and this will print it out here like this. First I will it will print like now I am now called Azim, I'm now called Swiftcat called factory. Okay, and the third one is about the notifications, the badge value which I set here badge value as 1, and it is a post notification which to the main center, which is having the post badge over here. So it's having the post badge with the notification name as post badge. So what it does is that comes to the player.vc. So here I have this observation initiation of this observer, so that what it does is when the application runs, when it gets ended, it will start observing with the post name badge, and it's having the action as set here, which is for the setting the badge as well. So it will set if the badge value notification and the value which I sent from the previous controller, which is from the V controller. I'm setting after the delegate method is called, straight away KVO its values changed. Also the notification sender I'm changing passing a value badge name. So let's run and check so it'll be more clear to you. Okay, we have the first home view controller, which I said I have a home view controller and a player controller. So first of all, I have here a small label which is for delegate data text, which means the new data which I get from the next controller that will be printed over here. And I have here send data via delegate, it's a button, and this is also a button. So this is a player screen which is having the notification set. So when I went to this page, what happened here is this will be initiated. This observing notify will have been initiated also from the home page. This key value have been already initiated here in our simulator now at the moment. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the send data via delegate method button. Okay, so I am inside this detail page at the moment. So and what it does is after the send button data clicked, it will check for the delegates, and yes, here I have the delegate test success is the data which I am passing it to the view controller over here. So the data have been already initiated. Here you can find the badge have been already raised, which means that I have the this is working with the notification, which means I have the post notification for the post badge with the badge value 1. So that badge have been already initiated in the second tab controller. And the third one is I am changing the new name as Swiftcat called factory. So first name it's already printed, I am now called Azim. So let's click this button KVO tapped. So now it's observed again that I am now called Swiftcat code factory. So that's about all about delegates, notifications, and key value observing. So this is a very simple example. If you want this code, I'll be providing as I said I'll be providing the link for this source code, so you may go through for your reference. And that's all in this video. Open for your comments. Thank you for watching. Thank you, lads.